actors back in the 90s, heck, even the 50s, would literally have to move to different places to actually get an audition, and had to be in person. You had to fill up a room quite literally. But ever since maybe 2019, self-tapes have become the norm. Taping yourself from home and then submitting it to agencies, submitting it to casting directors has become the new norm. And with this new technology, obviously it makes acting a lot more easier and accessible to your regular actors who aren't in LA, that aren't in New York. So who am I not to use my resources? And now you're going to come with me on this journey to find the perfect monologue. Hey, I'm Kylee Ariel, and welcome to Show and Tell. And today, we're going to be finding the perfect monologue. This is a bit tricky, have to actually have, cast narrators, agencies and stuff. Listen, right now, all I'm doing is focusing on the craft itself. Because the last thing I want to do is go to a whole bunch of auditions, and I'm not even really good at what I'm supposed to be good at. Right now, I'm just trying to focus on acting itself and reading the scripts, memorizing them, understanding what I'm doing. So I feel like the best way to do that is through monologues. So today, we're going to be looking for monologues. I got the blanket on. Y'all already know what time it is. I've been using these monologues since probably since probably 20. So what I like to do, I like to use the drama notebook as a source for all my monologues. So when you see me using these monologues, just know you can go on the teen notebook. These are submitted stories from regular teenagers who write their own monologues and then they submit it to the website. So I just be using these ones. I haven't found another site. I haven't found another site that would help me a lot. I haven't found another site to be a source of monologues for me. This is by far the easiest one to comprehend. I say just use a short one because there are really, really long monologues. And then the short ones, you just have to search for yourself, and then you have to see which ones you fit, and you feel like, oh, if I had an agent, they would send me out on an audition for this one. That's like I take over the agent mentality. That's all I'm saying when I choose my monologues. Like, okay, can I see her in this? Does she seem like she can fit inside of a murder mystery? Do you think that she could be the daughter of the famous athlete? Do you think that she could be the popular girl? Do you think she could be the nerd? This is the best source, in my opinion. You need to go ahead and hop on to Drama Notebook, okay? Alright, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and look for some that I feel like fit me, because, it's a little bit of a process because there's so many monologues. It's like, what do I do? So, some things just gotta be taken into your own hands, I really hope all of these monologues, I think I'm going to pull it down to 2. Get more in detail with the drama notebook. The drama notebook selects any type of genre, so it has comedy, it has drama, whichever one that you feel like you really want to get into. You can really try all of the genres, which I feel like is the best option. Trying all the genres, you can be a very fluid actor. You wouldn't have to worry about, oh, I'm not going to do this audition because this is comedy and I'm more of a drama actor, or the vice versa. You don't have to worry about that. And then the best part about it, in my opinion, it gives you an age range of what maturity level you have to be on to do this monologue. So for instance, one will say age 12, this one says 13. And the thing about acting is, you're not actually going to play your actual age, so you can choose whatever ages you feel like you can pass for, or the ages that you feel like is appropriate for you. So I'm going to go ahead and narrow mine down. So I've boiled down to 2 monologues. One is called Thinking, and the age range is 14, and it's a dramatic monologue. And then the other one is comedic, and it's called, this one's actually kind of wild. I'm trying to figure out how I would go about this one. So let me explain it to you. Identity crisis. A utensil in a kitchen drawer has identity crisis. How am I supposed to be a utensil is beyond me. And how I'm supposed to give a performance as a utensil seems very difficult. And then I have to be comedic. I want to do it, but I want to do something simple for the first time. So I'm going with thinking. And thinking is the dramatic one. You know, dramatic doesn't mean I have to be bawling my eyes out crying. Like, it could just evoke. Don't even try to get on me about the fact that the other one was even an option. Don't tell me you wouldn't have scrolled past that and be like, what? Don't judge me, please. It's interesting and I kind of want to do it. But I'm going to do the logical one because you obviously are keep on. I'm going to do the easy one. Thinking. It's not easy, but you know. Usual steps that I take to memorize a monologue is usually just getting an understanding of the story, like getting this understanding. Like a monologue, it only gives you so much, so I can just go anywhere my mind wants to go with it. So I can say I read a monologue, one of the monologues I've written in the past. I imagine that this girl was in a post-apocalyptic world and she was all by herself and she lost her family. I gave her a whole little backstory in the back of my head so I can like know what I'm doing. Comprehension is key. And then I get into my writing process. Read this monologue to you blankly. This isn't the actual monologue. The monologue will be coming, but not right now. Thinking. Please don't ask me what I'm thinking, Mom. I have nothing to say, like literally nothing. The fact that my brain is so empty right now, it astonishes me. I cannot believe there's even words coming out of my mouth. It's almost as if my mind is full of emptiness. However, like an invisible metal, weighing down on me, inhibiting me from saying anything other than I have nothing to say. I'm thinking about not thinking, and that might make me think about what you're thinking, which is not a lot of thinking. That gets me thinking. What is thinking? Now that I'm thinking about it, how not thinking about thinking made me think about thinking and not thinking. That's enough thinking. Time for some television. What do you want? What? I'm reading. You just get so caught up and then I'm trying to act while I'm doing it. I just said I'm going to read it blankly. Like, okay. Reading it blankly, unbiasedly. Okay, I'm getting ready. That's enough thinking. Time for some television. What? You want to know what I thought of last night's episodes of Grey's Anatomy? Ugh, I told you. No more thinking. Alright, so obviously, this character, she's an overthinker. And her name, it could be a girl. His name is Josh, but her name is Jamie. Okay, that's who we're dealing with. Jamie, a girl who overthinks. And I chose this one because I can pull from my own life experiences with this one. So the first thing I like to do, I don't usually write down the name, but I think I'm gonna write down the name and then the monologue name. Thinking. Alright. So the thing I like to do is write down the first letter of every single word. Now it's gonna be like understanding like the tone of the whole thing more of, and just like words I know I have to say. So I'm not gonna get it word per word, but you know, I'm gonna get the most of it. Like I'm gonna understand the tone of the situation. Then after I write down the first couple syllables, please don't ask me what I'm thinking, Mom. I'm just gonna say it out loud. Please don't ask me what I'm thinking, Mom. Please don't ask me what I'm thinking, Mom. Please don't ask me what I'm thinking, Mom. Don't ask me what I'm thinking, Mom. Don't ask me what I'm thinking. Don't ask me. Don't ask me what I'm thinking. Don't ask me what I'm thinking, Mom. Don't ask me what I'm thinking, Mom. Don't ask me what I'm thinking, Mom. And then I'm just gonna do that for the rest of the monologue. So I usually gonna try to get the first 3 sentences memorized, try to understand the tone of the middle, and then get the last sentence memorized for the end of the monologue. So it's not necessarily all about memorization, it's more understanding like the tone of the monologue. That's all I'm trying to do right now.